Hey there. Hello, hello. How are you guys? Ooh, So, lots going on today. They're cutting down trees over there. I got 2 puppies here. So, if you hear some noise, I apologize profusely. I tried to put them in the kitchen, but that didn't work. So, anyway, but also Mary Jo made a mistake. And when I put the link up for this, I forgot to make it just a membership. So that's totally great. We're welcoming in whoever wants to join the live today, but only members will be able to ask questions, okay? So you guys know how it works. I'm going to do a little intuitive channeling reading here for everybody watching. And then you guys in the chat, please put your questions with a question mark, and I will work my way through it, okay? I'm going to take probably half an hour's worth of questions. And so I'll just choose based on my own intuition. Okay. Anyway, hey, welcome everybody to this live reading. This is the members reading at 1 o'clock on Wednesdays. So I hope you guys are having a good day. Hope things are good for you. Let's do a little reading for those watching. Please like, subscribe, and share so that other people can see. The more people that like the content and actually take an action, the more people get to see it. So thank you very much. You guys are terrific. You guys comment a lot. You like, you subscribe, you share, you do all of that stuff. And I very much appreciate it. So let's see where we're going here. So I'm having tree work, across the street. And then Colleen's getting a couple of trees worked on over there. So it's the Druid, it's the Druid day. We're honoring trees and bushes today. All right, let's see where we go. Messages that want to come out as we work our way toward Aries season and the vernal equinox coming this weekend. Just know that this energy is jet propulsion. All right, it's about moving forward. Next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, the 26th, the Illust Illuminator and I will be doing a live together. On Friday, it will be the full moon in Libra weekend. So we're going to do a reading together at the normal time, noon live, noon o'clock on the 26th, okay, Eastern time. So let's see where we go here for you guys. I apologize. I have a little boo-boo on my thumb, so try not to show that to you. I'll try not to show it. All right, Crossing Bridges. This is the Denise Lynn Oracle deck, Reaching Your Destination. I've seen a lot of that recently. And Gates of Triumph. Very cool. So there has been a shift. I don't know if you have noticed this, but I was just saying to Colleen that in the last couple of days, I feel a very strong archangel presence when I'm reading. Usually I feel guidance and angelic guidance, and think this is different. I'm feeling much more, and I was looking at things. Archangel Metatron and Archangel Sandalphon making an appearance this morning in my own reading. So I just want to say I think there's something here about moving into the 5D, about moving into the next level, wherever you are, of ascension. Okay, so I feel like that's going on. And if you have been doing a good job, which I know you guys have, for everybody here, I mean, that's the thing about the channel that I really love so much, is that you guys are healers and shamans and teachers, and I learn a lot from you guys every single day. So thank you very much. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. Let me see here. I'm gonna, yeah, Archangel Sandalphon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ears ringing, for sure, okay? For the last 2 days, so this is how I know, Archangel Metatron, or if you're British, Archangel Metatron, the ears ringing thing has been a big deal, okay, for the past couple of days, all right? And yesterday when you see the light here, okay, so obviously there's skylights in this room, and obviously during the day it's a lot lighter and brighter, but I'm telling you, the light was blown out in this one reading I did. No, Maisie, you're not going outside. the light was blown out. So I just have a lot of gratitude for that. I just feel like making themselves very, very obviously available right now is part of the ascension process. And whoop, come on now, we're going to leave that over there. All right. Underneath is the Hermit. All right. We'll see what these cards were that jumped out in a second here. But what's showing up is the Three of Swords. Obviously, that wanted to be here. Look at this. Three of Swords and Eight of Cups. Oh, my goodness. Walking away from heartache. Cancerian energy, King of Cups, the Tower. All right. Queen of Pentacles showing up there. Nine of Swords, Strength, Devil energy, Seven of Cups, and Ace of Cups is the outcome. All right. So I'm telling you, Nordia, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Seven of Wands, Hanged Man. Stay here. Don't move. Three of Swords, Eight of Cups. Some of you are really walking away from a bad situation. I like this, okay? I like this. And it feels to me like you've really done the work here, okay? Because underneath is this Hermit energy. You've really done the work. You've done the work of understanding yourself, of knowing what's good for you, what's not good for you. And I mean, I don't think you can get a more visual representation of like, okay, I'm done with whoever this is. I'm done with whatever this is. If this is a pattern, okay, it was working for you at some point and then it stopped working for you. Okay, so I do see Cancerian energy. I see Virgo, Gemini, Leo. All right, Virgo, Gemini, Leo. And what's right ahead in the immediate, those of you who take my tarot class, you know this spread. This is the modified Celtic cross spread. And what's right ahead is this Devil energy. So I almost feel like it's when you finally get the urge to leave or you leave some kind of pattern behind, it's going to show up again. Like in a scary movie, when you think the guy's dead finally, and they turn around to leave, and I'm like, don't turn around. And then the guy shows up again. Okay. So this is somebody you have been paying a lot of attention to, a long time of attention. All right. And recently you've been very good at understanding this is not healthy. Okay. This is just not healthy. So it's come to you. This could be some kind of angelic presence. There's a reason I'm talking about Metatron and Sandalphon today. Might want to look them up. Metatron has a lot to do with bridges, getting from one level of ascension to another. Okay. And I feel like this is the downloads. This is the awakening process. And you could be further along in the awakening and still have a tower. I mean, it doesn't mean just because you've been in the awakening process for a couple of years or even, since the 90s, whatever, new things can still break through. And I do feel like because you've been on purpose doing your work and paying attention to your patterns and everything like that, you've on purpose walked away from something. The fact that this person shows up again, it's like the good news is you're showing up as strength. Thank you, Scott. Hey, thank you. You're showing up here as strength. This is the only card in the deck that can overcome this energy of devil. So Saturnian energy, the energy of holding you hostage and keeping you down and things like that. So Capricorn, the positive side of Capricorn is doing the work. All right. Saturn, doing the work. It's like we talked about Pisces. The negative side of Pisces is about victimhood, and the positive side of Pisces is empowerment, right? So the negative side of devil energy is entrapment. You could walk away. A lot of it's about addiction. The positive side is the walking away. The positive side is being in that place of recovery or being in that place of awareness or wherever you are on that. So I feel like for a long time, you've been confused by this pattern. It's likely because some of you, this might be a person you think of as twin flame or something like that. So, I talked a lot about Plutonic relationships the other day in the morning message. And, when you look at your astrology chart, when you look at a synergy chart, that's you and the other person. It's like the two charts laid right on top of each other. Composite chart is the chart of the relationship, right? So thank you, Deanna. Thank you. So when you look at the charts, take a look at Pluto. Okay. Who's aspected, what's aspecting your Pluto, aspecting their moon, their sun aspecting your Pluto, whatever it is. If there's a lot of Plutonic aspects in the chart, then for sure it's a teaching relationship, for sure. Doesn't mean it's not twin flame, but it's a teaching relationship primarily, okay? Because, twin flames can be Plutonic, but the fact is they don't go away. Plutonic relationships, as soon as they teach you what you're here to learn, they're gone, okay? So Ace of Cups is the outcome. This person is a teacher, okay? I feel like you're moving on from this person once you've kind of got your head around it. And you could be moving on to a King of Cups here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. All right. So the person you're moving away from can be more earth energy, can be more 3D oriented. The person you're moving toward can be more about water, can be more fluid, can be more creative or something along those lines. Not that earth signs aren't creative, but it doesn't mean that they're a Capricorn. They could just be channeling that energy. So what was this that jumped out? I really want to see this. Okay. So, all right. So this is the energy of you here, kind of overcoming this, walking a tightrope. All right. Walking on eggshells around that devil energy, really 6 of Wands. And stepping into your power here. I really like this. There's Queen of Cups and there's the Empress with the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords here played a huge role. Was it it might have been the Sagittarius reading that I did. You'll see that tomorrow. This Ace of Swords showed up a million times. And it was like, and so did the Queen of Pentacles. It was like, you gotta take better care of yourself and you gotta speak your truth. Must. It's a must. Okay? Must speak your truth. I feel like that's going to be a blast to this person. I feel like they won't be able to handle it. You can't handle the truth, okay? That's definitely how I'm feeling about this. And this is a new skill for you, okay? Sticking up for yourself, speaking from your heart, speaking from a place of awareness around yourself, and then wanting to go toward this Ace of Cups. All right, I kind of like that. So let me clarify that. 6 of Swords, Star. Ooh, look at this. Wow. Okay, so this energy of moving on in a healed way, okay, brings in the lifetime soulmate. 2 of Cups. Brings in the very open, no more of this is what I'm saying. No more of this 9 of Swords nonsense where, well, what did he mean by that? Should I text him back? I'm not really sure. No more of this nonsense, okay? I also see Cancerian, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra. I mean, the energy is just more flowy. It's not blocked. I feel like the earth signs are making me feel like it's blocked energy. And part of this is you standing up for yourself and totally not doing things the same anymore. Hanged Man, releasing, surrendering, all these old ways of struggling. These are 2 struggling cards. You're definitely releasing that. All right, totally releasing that. I like that a lot. So let me see here. I just want a couple more things. So if you're doing this, if you're in the midst of this, and overcoming these situations, then just know you're on the right path here. I will be gobsmacked if you're on the right path shows up, because we are at this gates of triumph. This is what you are on task to do right now. That devil energy does not have to be a person, okay? It can be whatever is stopping you from having love, okay? Seven of Wands, Magician, Seven of Swords. More sevens. You see this? King of Swords. Okay. This is the no bullshit guy. King of Swords. So I feel like there's somebody here that's shady from your past. Seven of Swords and Magician is not a good combination, folks. I'm here to tell you. So you're definitely standing up for yourself, resisting that, and being like, really? Bring it. Okay. If you want to talk to me, if you want to entertain a relationship with me, here are the ground rules. This is what we're going to do. And I feel like this person is like, oh, okay, this is not how it used to work. This is not how they used to be. And I feel like you just have to be like, yep, that's right. New day. It's a new day. So let's do one more thing. And if you have questions, members, if you have questions, please put the little question marks so I can see them, okay? All right, so let's see here. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a melee going on outside. Lean on God and the angels for support. A favorable outcome. The person you're asking about is trustworthy and God is in charge. So, part of this is you're being given this pattern again. You're being given this situation again so that you can move on from it. Okay, so that you can move on from it. So somebody is coming back around, even if it's not the same person, there's a whiff of the same pattern that you've been dealing with. Okay, so if you, had a breakup or if you ended a certain way of being in your life and another person doesn't like it, like for example, okay, let's say you have a friend that like takes advantage of you and all this kind of stuff. And really, as you're listening to this reading, you're more focused on a love relationship. It could be a friend that shows up and kind of hits on the same thing, hits on the same kind of pattern of like you're having to give and give and give, and they don't give at all. So you could be kind of seeing that. And it's like, okay, thank you for showing me this pattern again, because I am not doing it. Okay, so I have my little magic wand here. I love that. I love that. It's on Etsy. You guys buy these things on Etsy? I do love it. It's like it's fluorite. It's great. It's great. All right, so I'm going to pull this a little closer to me so I can see you guys. And let's see. Any members have any questions? Anything you want me to pull cards around is what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to go back to the top and see if I can see any questions from you. Wow, this is a lot of chat, you guys. This is a lot of chat. So what are you needing to know about right now? That's what we're going to talk about. Whatever is on your mind. Pull cards for me in need of guidance. I'm a Libra and my twin is a Cancer. All right, Sophia. Hi, Sophia. Don't forget to put the little question mark because I can't see. There's so much chat going on. All right. You just said Libra and Cancer. That's interesting. I feel like I just talked about a Libra in another reading. It wasn't the Libra reading. I'm about to do the Libra reading for April. That I will do that today. I want to show you the Libra card in the Souls on Fire deck. And the reason I'm doing this is because I didn't notice it when Juliet did the art, but now I'm really paying attention to it. The artwork for the Libra card is, here it is Justice, is someone balancing on a high wire. And it's sort of like the pattern is that you're kind of walking on eggshells with people. And that's not true for all Libras at all times. But right now, when something is showing up for me pretty loudly, I just wanted to say it. Okay, so Sophia, let me just do this for you here. And also, if anybody has a birthday, I do pull cards or a couple of cards for a birthday. So let me see here. Sophia, let's talk about Libra and Cancer in general. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. But this, this is for you, right, Sophia? Okay, so Three of Cups. Queen of Cups. So your twin is a Cancerian. Woo! 10 of Swords, Judgment, Ace of Cups, World, 6 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. I am going to say to you that I feel like there's a cycle that's over. Okay, there's a cycle that's over. Your twin is showing up. Queen of Cups here, and you might be this energy in the relationship. It does feel to me like if you have felt betrayed by this person, okay, if you felt betrayed by this person, that part of the cycle could be over. Judgment is showing up. So you've got a choice to make here, Sophia. You've got a choice to make. And if it was betrayal because of another person, I feel like you're done with that. Okay, so you're overcoming. That whole reading could have been for you, Sophia. The Ace of Cups and the World card. World is an ending card, you know that, right? And then Ace of Cups is a new beginning. I feel like you're going to give them another shot. Okay, I feel like whatever has happened, you might give them another shot and feel good about it. But the outcome is 5 of Pentacles. So clarify that for me. I feel like you might move. I feel like if this person, I'm getting a little hint of entitlement here, that this person, or you're feeling like, oh, give them another chance. Holy cow, I can barely get them to talk to me. I just feel like your job here is to shift your energy out of wanting another beginning to, I'm creating another beginning for myself. If you would like to come along, that's fine, but here are the ground rules. Like shifting your energy into more queen-like energy is going to be important for you. I feel the 6 of Swords and 9 of Pentacles moving into some more self-confident behavior. And, you know, no bullshit. I'm not entertaining anything that isn't worthy of the Queen of Cups. Okay. So Sophia, I feel like that if that's a situation, if you're having an end of a cycle, the new cycle, you really need to change the energy of it. You got me? Change the energy. And it's almost like, well, this is what I'm doing. So you can be part of this or you not part of this, but this is what I'm doing. So if you want to be with me, that's how you're going to have to behave. Okay. All right. Very cool. So let's keep going here. Thank you very much, Sophia, for that very good question. Peggy, hi, Peggy. On your right path, 22-year marriage, narcissistic partner. Oh my God. Okay. Yikes. I feel like what I've just said is probably on path for you because I'm definitely feeling the stronger energy of Queen, the stronger energy of, dealing with a narcissistic partner is no joke. Okay. This is somebody, not everybody, I don't know how much you know about narcissism, but it is a spectrum personality disorder. We all have some narcissism. And if you ever wonder if you're a narcissist, you're not. Because narcissists never wonder if they're narcissists. They don't care, okay? And that is also speaking to their inability to really change. So the further down the spectrum you go, like you're going over a particular line where they're incapable of change, and then you're getting into like sociopathy and psychopathy and those people down there, which that's a whole nother ball of wax. Your garden variety person who has narcissistic tendencies may or may not be capable of relationship, but your 22 years is a long time. You know what the deal is, and you know if they're capable of change or not. Have they, or has it been all you? That's, I think, kind of one of the things to look at. Because if you've been dancing around this person, okay, well maybe this will work. Okay, not that. Maybe this will work. Maybe that. Maybe that. If you've been doing that and nothing has changed on their part, I will bet you a chocolate donut that they don't want to change. They don't want to. It's not, they could. They don't want to. All right. So 4 of Cups underneath here, Peggy. 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. Temperance, 4 of Swords. Ooh, King of Pentacles. Oh, devil energy. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, likely Capricorn energy here. What I just got in that other reading. I feel like this is about you doing the work of a new beginning for yourself. Queen of Wands here. So overcoming things. Look at this, doing meditation, whatever you're doing. 6 of Wands and 6 of Swords. That's a very nice energy for moving on. This 9 of Pentacles is single energy. You could be bringing in a King of Pentacles. Sagittarius energy here about being free and healing and stable. That's what you're going to bring in. Someone who's free and healed and stable. Okay. So that's important to understand. There is some kind of, so when I see that Devil card, I think number one of Saturn about doing the work, but I also think about traps and I think about things that keep hold of us. And sometimes they can be unconscious. The reason why we're attracted to someone with an authoritarian or an autocratic kind of personality is because we like the decisiveness. We like, we can feel like they're in charge and they're, they know what's going on and everything. But the flip side is, do they have any empathy? That is for sure the litmus test. If this person has no empathy, unable to put themselves in someone else's shoes, I don't think there's any chance, any hope for true relationship with that person, because they're never gonna have that, after you have a fight, there's never that conversation where we both, say, well, I'm sorry for this, and this is what I'm going to work on. There's never that conversation. It never changes. Okay. It'll never change. All right. Admit the truth. Oh God. All right. Let me just get this out here. Okay. So energy, I'll go from the back end up. So energy healing work is really required here for you, no matter what. Stay, go, whatever. Energy healing work is necessary for you. Asking Archangel Michael for help to come in. I talked about Sandalphon and Metatron today a little bit, but asking Archangel Michael, he's always there, ready to help. And this is kind of like going to be maybe the hardest part, is admitting the truth to yourself and acting accordingly. A prayer for you. I appreciate your support in helping me face my feelings with grace and acceptance, so that I can be lovingly honest with myself and others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for giving me courage and strength. So that's actually kind of a beautiful thing here. And then believing and trusting, because for whatever reason, you've stayed for 22 years, and that reason may still be true. I feel like there's your value now, what you might think of as what is important to you, may be changing. All right. So that might be something to look at. Okay. All right. I'm going to change decks here and let me see what is going on with everybody. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Thanks, Lacey. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. Yeah, I knew. I do a lot of meditation to heal myself too, for sure. Let's see. Christina is talking about born on the cusp of January 20th, 1980. It's like both Aquarius and Capricorn. Let me suggest something to you here. I'm a big anti-cusper, as probably Colleen would tell you, because astrology is very specific. Okay. So look at your chart. I want you to look at your chart for 1980, not just in general when Aquarius, when Capricorn ends and Aquarius begins, not just in general, but look at your actual birth chart and look at the degree and the minutes. If it's within 5 minutes of the change from Capricorn to Aquarius, if it's in that 5 minutes, then that is a cusp. You are really dealing with that. It's got to be 1980 though, because it changes every year when one switches to the other. So that particular day, what time of day? This is why the having the right birth time is so critical, because your ascendant sign, which is different than it's like both Aquarius and Capricorn, your ascendant sign changes every 2 hours. So I'm doing an ascendant class for the next couple weeks, and it's really about mapping your karmic path. And if you don't know that, it can really sort of mess up how you're looking at your own astrology and how useful it is for you. There are ways of figuring that out. I think I should probably do a video about that because we talk about this a lot. But the other thing I want to say to you is, in 1980, when you were born in the sign of Capricorn, let's just say if it's 29 degrees, 29 degrees, 55 minutes, let's just say that it is right there. The sun moves 1 degree every year for every year you're born. So this is called a progressed chart. So if you look at your chart and you're like, okay, I was born 29 degrees Capricorn. If you're over 30, then that sun has moved not only from Capricorn, it moved all the way through Aquarius, and now you're into Pisces. So your sun sign your birth chart matures as you get older. It's not just like, oh, I'm a Sagittarius for the rest of my life. You still have all that, right? You still have those clubs in the bag, but you're learning new things. And so your sun is progressing. And the sun and moon move pretty fast. I think the moon is every 2.5 years, it will change signs in your chart. The sun every 30 years will change signs in your birth chart. So the progressed charts are really about what's going on inside you. So when you look at, the astrology of the day, when I talk about Pluto and retrograde, that's what's going on outside of us looking in. The progressed chart is what's going on inside of you looking out. It's basically like, what is your frame of reference for that year or for those couple years or for, 30 years or whatever it is. So just, we are everything. We do have everything in us. Some things are stronger than others. Sun, moon, ascendant sign, Mercury, Venus, Saturn. Those are very, Saturn and Jupiter, Mars. I'm sorry, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Saturn and Jupiter are a little bit further out, so they have less impact. But it's if you're feeling that way, just check your birth chart, okay, and see which one it really is. If you're within 5 minutes, then it is a cusp. So let me see here. Okay. So Elaine, thank you for all you do. How do you know the difference between ego desire and fantasy and soul desire and path? Wow. That's a very interesting question. I've been dealing a lot with ego myself. And I think I want to say when you're dealing with ego, it feels more, it's not personal. It doesn't feel more personal. It just feels more like there could be fear around it. All right. It's either fear or love. There's only two things. Fear is definitely with ego, and love is definitely with soul desire. So if you're doing anything out of fear, this is 3D programming. This is, what I'm supposed to be doing, the shoulds of life, what I should be doing. And with soul path, it's much more kind of like, oh, just awareness coming through me and trusting and feeling, just being in the moment, not really strategizing necessarily or anything like that. It's kind of moving with how you're flowing, how you're feeling. It just doesn't feel ego. I think most of us are more acquainted with ego because that's how we grew up, or that's how, this is the thing that our society values, is us doing things a certain way. When it's soul desire, a lot of times you just do things and there's just this feeling of peace around them. It's not clutching or clasping or grasping or anything like that. It doesn't feel like that at all. That's how I would define it, Elaine. So let's see where we go here. Hi, Lacey. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Hello, darling. All right. So any other members have any questions? Let's see. Celestial Angels, how long do you wait to move on after narc abuse? Narc abuse is a real thing. This is something that recovery is required. I don't know there's one size fits all. I know that I have a friend who's like, well, you should be, in recovery, half the distance to the goal, or it's football, half the time you were with this person. Okay. And I'm like, I don't know that it's one size fits all kind of thing. I feel like it's, if you could, if you don't care what that person thinks anymore, if you are not taken in by their gaslighting, if you are not sucked in by them, if you are fine with telling them no, that's how you know that you're really like ready to move on from them. If you don't care, you just don't give a shit. You just don't give a shit. And you have done a lot of good stuff for yourself. Okay. And you're willing to take things slow for the next relationship. I forget which reading this was today, that it's like, okay, I'm all healed. And then bam, like the next person comes along and it's the same thing. It just goes, narcs move fast. If you want one big red flag, and this is the only one you pay attention to, narcs move fast. They've got to lock you down quickly. So if you can resist being locked down quickly, long enough to know someone isn't a narc, that could take you 6 months. That could take you 8 months. That could take you a year. Okay. And all the time you're doing still stuff doing for yourself. You never let up on that. Maria, I have a lot of Pluto in my synergy chart or synastry chart with my person. He only has one Pluto. Are we platonic or plutonic? Plutonic relationships are so freaking fascinating. If you have a lot of aspects, that's what you're saying to me, Maria, I think, that you are the Pluto person. So you are the one in charge of the energy of this relationship, and you are likely the one teaching that person something. It's true that twins can have a lot of Pluto, can have a lot of that kind of energy. The only way you know is that twins don't ever disappear. Okay, they change form, and they're different, ways of being in relationship with them and all of that. But Pluto people, as soon as the lesson is taught, it's done. It's over. So look at those aspects in your chart and try to determine what lessons you're here to teach that person. Okay. And you'll know when it's, if you keep teaching, Pluto can be really strongly passionate, and that can be a really hard thing to break. That's why a lot of people stay in them. I think that's the whole thing, is that people have a hard time leaving those relationships because of that energy. So let me see, any more questions from members here? I want to make sure. Let's see here. All right. There's a lot of questions in here from non-members, I'm noticing. Let's see, Nicole, it's a hard pill to swallow that they never had the capacity to love another. The healing is so powerful, and overcoming narcissistic cycles is worth all the tears. I know, it is hard to fathom that they don't really love like you might love, but I also feel like, since it's a continuum, I really feel like different people have different capacities, but if there's no empathy, there's no ability to love then. No empathy. Okay. So, all right, let's see. I think I've done everything here. So let me see. All right. So, yeah, Bug Lady wants to know about health. Okay. So let me see here. How do I stop the 3 of Swords? I feel Celestial Angel. I know. Well, I want to say this to you. Pain is really the resistance. Pain is resisting getting on with it. Okay. When you resist the current state of affairs, this is how it is. If you can just embrace that, and stay in the moment. That's why I recommend Eckhart Tolle so much. I recommend, mindfulness training, because if you can do that and really embrace that for yourself, just do it for 5 minutes and see. You'll see that you can really release and let go of the currents. You can only move on if you are firmly planted in the current situation. Okay. So let me see. I saw a bunch of members going, can you see me? So let me, yes, I can see you. Let me figure this out here. Okay. The passion is hard to leave. Okay. All right. So Jenny, my MJ. Hi, MJ. Love your advice. I'm a Taurus sun, Cancer ascendant, Aqua moon. I've been doing a lot of healing shadow work, and I'm starting to wonder if I will ever have a healthy relationship. I think that this is when I tell the story of my friend Callie, who so in love in high school with someone, and then married someone from college, and her father said to her, "When is it just going to be Callie?" And I was standing there when I heard him say that to her more than once. And she and I've talked about that so many times over the years. And it's like, when you start to be cool with it just being you, that's when you'll have the healthy relationship, because you're not in the place of always working on that part of you. Like, it's not going to ever end, I will tell you that, but it's not like right in your face either. It's sort of like, you're just good. You're good. You know what I mean? And you can walk away from something if you need to. So let's see. Let me see. Can I get guidance on what's next for me? Sag Sun. Ooh, I did the Sag reading today. I think it was very similar to what I'm just saying right now. Let's look at Saggies here. Little Saggies. I hope the doggies are okay. All right, so let's see here. Just going to pull a couple cards for you, my Sagittarius friend. And you can take this for what it's worth. All Saggies. 7 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups, Empress, 5 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Knight of Coins. Yeah, okay, very similar. Watch that Saggy reading I did. I feel like this is definitely the definition of putting in a lot of time and effort into clearing up your own confusion for yourself. I do feel like there's this desire to get something right that's right for you. I want to do the right thing for me, and I want to have something in my life that's right for me. I want to do the right thing also. There is somebody here, all right, from the past. It could be a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Libra. And I feel like, especially if one of you wants commitment, if one of you wants commitment, I think there's a bit of a struggle with that. And I think that might not go well. Okay. You also, it doesn't mean that the relationship ends, but you might be the one who says, hey, wait a second, this is not in alignment with where I am in my life or where I'm going. And so you might put in some more time and effort on yourself here about like, I feel like I want to have something. Yes. Look at Knight of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. I want to have someone in my life that is, steady and stable and not boring, but fun, whatever it is you want. I feel like this other person is, there's something special about this person that's in your life right now that is like teetering on the edge here of an ending. I feel like they might, I feel like they want you to like admire them or something. There's some kind of imbalance here. And if you're dealing with an imbalance, the new thing that's coming is much more balanced. All right. And I think that's going to feel better. I feel like this thing is out of balance for some reason here. Might be a lot of fighting or a lot of struggling. Yeah. Write about your thoughts and feelings. So here's the thing. Make a commitment. Use your imagination. You'll see the answer. I know people don't want to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway, because you know me, especially with Sag. We're talking about Sag. People who attract partners who are bad at commitment are also bad at commitment. And you might be like, well, wait a second. I'm the one who's always wanting commitment. These people can never commit. But there's definitely a like attracts like here, and it can be a little bit, especially Sagittarius. Interesting, I'm talking about Sagittarius here. It can be a little bit about freedom, wanting freedom in relationships. And how do I go about getting freedom and commitment? How do I balance these two things? How do I have both of these two things? And I feel like that's Colleen and I independently of each other are watching Frankie and Grace on Netflix. Grace and Frankie, Frankie and Grace. I adore it. I think it's great. And Robert and Saul, their husbands, are marrying each other, and there's a man in the hospital who's gay, and really likes drag queens and all this kind of stuff. And the two, Robert and Saul, they're like, well, we're just not that kind of gay. And he's like, well, what kind of gay do you have to be? And he said, well, we can be whatever kind of gay we want. We can have whatever kind of relationship we want. We can do whatever is right for us. And I feel like Sagittarians in particular can have a lot of freedom in relationships as long as it's in alignment with the other person. And you guys get to decide. Sagittarius, not with Sagittarius. You get to decide. Okay. So I think that's one of the things that sometimes people forget, that you can really negotiate anything as long as the partner is really in alignment with that vision. God bless. Okay. God bless. All right, let me see. Blue Orchid. She's asking a question about being a member. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Voice of your heart. What's the difference between twins and separation versus lesson karmic relationships that is done? Interesting. You're Gemini, him Virgo. I totally get you. Let's see. So there's a qualitatively different feeling to a twin versus let's see. Okay, first of all twins are karmic relationships. Every relationship you have of any import is a karmic relationship. All of them. Your mother, the high school teacher that got you on the path, these are all contracts. If you ever read Caroline Myss, Myss, if you ever read her about contracts, just know that twin energy. So up until just recently, I think when we passed into the 21st century, now we're in this age of Aquarius. I almost don't think that, the original twin couple is going to be the only twin experience that you could have. Twins can opt out of love relationships. That's not really the purpose of them. The purpose of the twins is a teaching relationship. Okay. And it's also about mission. There's also a mission to do in this life. So they could opt out of that. But if you want twin love in this life, now that we've moved into the age of Aquarius, you can have it. Just saying, because what all of the twin sets, all of the twin couples previous to now have been doing the hard work of creating the template, creating the twin flame template. The twin flame template is something that you can plug yourself into as an ascended soul, as someone who's open to who has been spiritually awakened, someone who's open. You can plug yourself into that, because you know what the answer is? The answer is twin is really the highest vibration of love. It's about compassion. That's really the answer, is that twin is all about creating compassion in this life. It is about, teaching and holding the torch for others on this path. Those who are twins from the 40s and 60s and 80s, all of us who were born in those time periods in the 60s here, our job is to hold the door for everyone who wants to come through. So moving forward, all this is going to be a situation where we are all connected. We are all connected by compassion. We are all connected by our energetic webbing, right? We are all connected, and plugging into that twin energy. If that other person has your same frequency, they can plug into it. Okay. If a twin is in lower vibration, that can happen. That's when separation happens. They're just not able to hang. Okay. They can't stay. So that's when they come in and they bounce off, and they come in and they bounce off. All right. Karmic relationships, the subset, right? Twin flame is a subset of all karmic relationships. I like to call out the plutonic relationships, because that is one of strong passion in the beginning. And so that is what I think is like God's hook. when it relates to twin and plutonic relationships. I think God's like, I got to get your attention somehow. So this is how I'm going to do it. And it's really about learning lessons. So if you can remember that any relationship you've had that starts off with this like overwhelming passion, there's a ton of lessons there. So moving forward, I'm not even sure we're going to be able to identify one twin for one person. And I don't know that I have always felt, there was a whole, early in the 2000s, there was this whole school of thought of original twins. There's only 144,000 because that's the number it's going to take to make this kind of flow, and to, grab onto other people and da-da-da-da-da. And I almost felt like it was a little elitist. So I kind of feel like, being in that high vibration, work on the high vibration, work on being in mission, and that other person is going to be able to see that light and connect to it. So instead of focusing on the relationship itself, focus on the lessons it's bringing you. So if there's a person who's a karmic in your life, I definitely have had, what we call a karmic. I've definitely had a few of those. And when I look back, and as soon as I learn the lesson, gone, poof, gone. Twins don't go. People who are in that higher vibration do not go. They stay with you for life, even if they're not your relational, intimate or anything like that. They stay in your energy for life. Okay, let's see. Stardust, I never asked my question. It's so embarrassing. We're all friends here, my darling. Stardust Moon, give Stardust Moon a blindfold so she can ask, or he. Let's see. Let me ask about timelines for your twins showing back up. So what I just said to you about being in that high vibration, it's really, they have a choice also, okay? People have freedom of will, free will, freedom of will, free will, not this deck. Let me use the Souls on Fire deck here. Okay. All right. I see one doggy. I see two doggies. Okay, good. They're out in my little fenced-in backyard out there, and it gets too quiet for me sometimes. All right, so let's do a little twin. I've got about 7 minutes left. Twin flame is an energy. I've said that along, you guys know. I've said twin flames are an energy, not a person. So if you're in that same frequency, that's when that happens. All right, so let's do the collective. Let's do a little reading for the twin flame collective here. All right. All right, so divine feminine, you don't have to be a woman to be a divine feminine, nor do you have to be a man to be a divine masculine, okay? And before I get too far down the road here talking about relationships, twin flame is really going on inside of you, okay? It's really the union of your masculine and your feminine. That's when you're in that energy of attraction, you're in that higher vibration, is when your masculine and feminines are in union inside of you, okay? So divine feminine energy right now. Death. Transformation. Okay. Divine feminine energy. Divine masculine. Woo! 9 of Swords. What have I done? What have I done? What have I done? So feminine is going through some kind of closed, not hermit, hang on one second. Energy of the connection. Whoa, 7 of Swords. All right, so I feel like the feminine is has shut down the masculine here. I do feel like there was either the feminine has snuck away from the masculine and needs to do what they need to do for themselves, or the masculine has lied their face off, and now the feminine is shut them down. So inside you, this can be like, I'm not living my purpose. I'm not living in my true self. And so I'm going to shut that down. I'm going to go into my feminine energy more. I'm going to really work on allowing. Oh, thank you, Mo. Thank you for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go more into my feminine energy a little bit here. Let's see, feminine. How's feminine looking at the connection? Ace of Pentacles, baby. All right, so I like this. I don't really mind this death card here. I feel like it's it's very purposeful to take some time to transform from one level of consciousness to another. We're just talking about, I feel like the masculine is kind of like, well, where'd you go? Okay. I feel like there's a little bit of that. And then like, oh God, what did I do? I don't know. We'll clarify the Seven of Swords because it may not have anything to do with like telling a lie or anything like that. The feminine just may be in her cocoon, and that's where you need to be. All right. How's the masculine looking at the connection? Ace of Wands. Check it out. Okay. Ace of Pentacles from the feminine, Ace of Wands from the masculine. Beautiful. So that is like in alignment, right? That's in alignment. What are guides saying to the feminine right now? The doggies came running in. Woo! Two of Cups. I like that. Guides are saying being open to love, please, feminine. What are the guides, higher self, saying to the masculine right now? Nine of Pentacles. Get your shit together. Okay. Let's clarify the Seven of Swords. I feel like this is also about value. Nines, right? Nine of Swords, and the universe is saying to the masculine, you got to understand what you value. Okay. How are you exhibiting? How are you walking your talk here? I guess is what I'm saying. Because the feminine, the Ace of Pentacles is like, I want something solid and stable. I want something that I can build on. The masculine, I mean, Ace of Wands, a little masculine, kind of passion. I kind of like that. So they're both aces. They're both have opportunity here for beginnings. Subconscious for the feminine here. Two of Pentacles. Round and round we go. Is this the same cycle? Are we doing this again? Subconscious for the masculine. Three of Pentacles. I'm willing to work on it. I'm willing to do something differently. I'm willing to invest my time and effort and a new start. What is the Seven of Swords? It's just screaming at me here. Nine of Cups. Eight of Wands. King of Wands. Devil energy. Okay, I feel like somebody here just did whatever the F they wanted to do. I feel a little bit of entitlement here. I feel a little bit of selfishness here. And I feel like there's some kind of, and when I say the word addiction, I don't want, oh, not everybody's an alcoholic. That's not really it. There can be addiction to drama, addiction to the high of, those couples that fight like cats and dogs and then have a lot of great sex afterwards. And it's, it's like after a while, it's like, it gets exhausting. It's like, when can we just like have a normal Friday night? Okay. I feel like there's some kind of addiction here and it's passion related. Okay. There can be some kind of, why can't I quit you feeling there? All right. A little bit of that. And I also feel like with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords is unfortunately, one of the cheating cards. And so the masculine could have, or somebody, masculine or feminine, could have embraced their inner devil energy, their addictive behavior kind of. The masculine could have gone out and, charged up $30,000 on their credit cards. The feminine could have, started drinking again or started, or gotten fired from a job, whatever. Like there's some kind of addictive behavior here that's going on. Page of Swords, Three of Swords, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Cool thing here is like, okay, we're done. We're so done with this. The feminine is so done with this Seven of Swords. Like, I don't want to do this addictive cycles anymore. All right. I don't want to do this. I'm moving on to something that's more stable and more solid. And I do feel like there is pain in that decision, but I think in the long run, it's a good thing. So I feel like the feminine's kind of putting her foot down here and saying, I want something that's stable long-term. That's what I'm willing to entertain. I'm not willing to entertain any kind of half measure or any kind of promise that is not this, just not willing to do it anymore. Okay. And, you know, it might be hard to do. I feel like the masculine energy might be like, all right, maybe we're at different places in this relationship, or maybe we need to evaluate what is important to us about this relationship. There is some kind of big conversation here to me. Okay. And like, are we in alignment or are we not in alignment? Okay. So keep an open mind. Healing family issues and chemistry. This is the thing that's going to screw you up, because there's lots of powerful chemistry here. And it's like, okay, we've got to remove that from the conversation right now. I feel like the masculine is going to come at it with the passion, and the feminine's going to be like, okay, I want to have conversation, ideas, thinking, or I'm going home. Okay. I think there's something like that. So it is about keeping an open mind, and it is about, there is something here, healing family issues. You know, addiction can be generational. And, you know, when I say that, again, I want to be really clear. Addiction can be a lot of stuff. It can just be very unconscious way of doing relationship. And I feel like the feminine is not going to do that anymore. I feel like the feminine's like, you know, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. I'm not interested in doing that anymore. Okay. So any last advice here for the collective? 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, King of Swords. Thank God. Okay. So know what you want. 7 of Cups. You got to decide. If this is a person that this is really fun and high vibe and very powerfully passionate, but falls apart when it's like day to day, then is that what you want? Is that something, you know, you got to decide what you want. And I feel like both of you need to really discern your own feelings independently of the other one. Okay, 4 of Cups and 4 of Pentacles. You really need to sit down and understand, and then be super clear and be not emotional about this. Okay, this is how I want to proceed. I need a lot of freedom in the relationship. I want to keep my own house. You have your own house, but I want to spend, you know, a couple weeks together in the summer, and I want to be able to travel with you. I want to do our mission together, but I like my freedom, and this is what it's going to require for me. Can the other person do it? That conversation is coming. Okay. So I feel like there's been lots of misunderstandings, and that is likely what this is all about, misunderstandings. And so the feminine might have just cloistered herself off. But the conversation is coming along. So, all right, you guys. Hi, Maria. Thank you very much. All right. Ready for upward progress. I am totally with you. Nice to see you guys today. I'm sorry that I made a little mistake, but it was fun to have more people here. It was fun to have new folks here and joining the party. And so anyway, much love to all you guys, and I will see you later. Later today, is it later today? I'm going to post, we're posting Cancer, Leo, and Virgo today. Tomorrow is Libra, Scorpio, and Sag. And then those are individual readings for April. And then Friday is the last 3, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Okay, so that's what's happening this week. And don't forget the live this Friday. We'll be doing so much more tomorrow on Patreon live too. Okay, all right. Mwah. Much love, guys.